How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Nigel? I'm doing amazing.
Good, good. You're Henry, right?
Yeah, Henry.
Okay, cool. So, Henry, tell me a little bit about yourself. So, like, tell me how old you are. Tell me where you are in the world,
Yes,
and tell me what you've been up to.
of course. I'm Henry. I'm 21 years old. Originally from Germany. I do
Uh-huh.
live in Spain though, with my wife, and yeah, we moved to Spain because of the real world as well. And yeah, but I'm originally German.
Okay, married already at 21.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's all
Wow.
everything due to the real world, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, why from Spain? Is your wife from
No, no,
Spain?
no. She's from Germany. I just took her there because Spain's a little bit better than Germany. It's not
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not, it's not like you know how Europe is, but I
Yeah.
think I think it's a little calmer than Germany.
It is a bit of a middle ground, and I know a lot of people that are going from Germany to Spain as well, just for the ease of life, the easy living, not so
Mhm.
much stress, not so much or the whole kind of German politics and stuff like that. So, where did you? Obviously, you're in the real world. We all already know you're in the real world. So, where did you start from, and how did you manage to kind of transition into the real world?
Yeah, so I'm originally an athlete too. So I come from a football player kind of background.
Mm.
So I always played football like semi-professionally in youth academies and stuff like that in Germany.
Mhm.
And at a certain point when I finished high school, in Germany, my mom was kind of like, "Yeah, you got to do something apart from just being an athlete. You got to." Obviously, she pushed me down a little
Yeah,
bit the matrix path. She
yeah,
we
academic
were,
route kind of thing.
yeah. So I started to study law, like on just regular university for like one
Interesting.
semester. That was when I was 17, and then I quickly realized that this is bullshit. I'm gonna make my first money in, I don't know, 8 9 years or something. I was like, nah,
Yeah,
this can't be the right way.
yeah.
So yeah, I went to the internet and looked how I can make money online. I found marketing and copywriting, and that kind of got me into following the Tates, obviously, on social media, and that kind of led me in June 2023. It led me to join the real world, and yeah, ever since I've been focusing on copywriting the whole time, and building my business there, making some good networking. Now I'm also captain of the copywriting campus and closely with Professor.
Amazing,
So
amazing.
yeah, it's a good journey, and I don't regret it because I make much more than I would probably make with keep studying law.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah. So you've been there for what, almost 2 years? Is that kind of 2 years
yes,
to 2023,
yes, yes.
24? Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah. Okay, cool.
roughly 2 years
So
now. Yeah.
what made you go down initially before you joined the real world? What made you go down the copyright route as opposed to kind of
It's,
kicking with?
it's interesting. I'm actually very quick with decision making. I just saw a couple of options, a couple of business models I can choose, and I saw copywriting. I was like, all right, that sounds cool. I want to do it. Let's just do it. And then I'm the type of guy, if I say to myself I'm going to do this business model, I just stick to it.
You stick to it,
Obviously,
yeah.
it's been a little difficult at times, like every business really is. So yeah, I just stuck
So
with it.
was you making money from the copywriting business prior to the real world?
No, actually, no. I tried for several months to learn copywriting, which kind of worked with just stuff I found on the internet and another coaching I bought in Germany. But the client acquisition, the finding the clients and the actual sales part of it, the money in part, right?
Yeah.
I didn't really manage to do that before the real world. And then I joined, and I found some good strategies, found some good approaches. Also, a lot of mindset stuff that the copywriting campus has with the
Yeah.
power up calls of Professor Andrew. That really helped me just transform my mindset and just stop being a bitch, basically just going out and
Fantastic.
doing outreach in the proper way, and
Yeah,
finding my
yeah.
first clients, right? So yeah, I think that helped a lot. And
So
then I made
how
my first money in the real world after 7 days, really. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. We'll get onto that in just a second. So how do you like manage your time? So is it like, do you find that you have a lot more time, or do you find that your head is like solely into kind of like work, or has it been into work over the past 2 years? How's like you how have you managed your kind of time?
So the time management was interesting because I always had a lot of time. I was
Mm,
basically living off of my parents, or I was basically making a little bit of money with football too, with being
yeah.
an athlete. That made me a little bit of money that could cover rent. it was like it was still very brokey shit, and sometimes I had to borrow some stuff from my parents, but it's all good. I pay them back now. And then I could always focus full time on the business
Yeah.
and just do my athlete and business together all of the time,
Hmm.
which I'm really grateful for. I never had to work a 9 to 5 to keep me above water while
Yeah,
doing the business.
yeah, which is good.
So I can always go in full time, which I think helped me a lot accelerate that fast, because
Okay.
it's been fairly quick
Awesome,
since.
awesome, awesome. So tell me about so you joined the real world.
Yeah.
Did you go straight into the copyright campus, or did you kind of look at any other campuses beforehand?
No, I went straight into the copywriting campus just because I've done a little bit of marketing copywriting before I joined. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm just gonna go to the copywriting because that's what I've already started. I don't want to start at zero again. I want to use the kind of momentum I already have. So that's why I went straight into the copywriting campus. Obviously, I've looked through some of the resources in the business campus with Professor Arno.
Hmm.
Look at some sales stuff he's done. I also looked at some of the stuff Dylan pushes out. I think it's also very
Yeah.
valuable.
Yeah.
But I always been that, okay, let's do some business, let's make some money, and then later on you can worry about the crypto campuses and the investing stuff.
Any
But
other campuses?
I
Yeah.
first want
Yeah.
to get the business machine going. That's always what I wanted to do.
So you say that you were just online and then you just came across real world. What made you kind of make that step into the real world?
Initially, the desire to finally figure out the proper way to find fucking clients. That was it. Obviously, I've seen a bunch of the Tate videos, and because I'm an athlete already, I have a lot of the G mindset just from being an
Yeah,
athlete.
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
if
And I
you're an
think that's
athlete,
yeah,
you're not a pussy, right? If you're an
yeah,
athlete, you already have a proper mindset. I think
yeah. You
that's
do
what it is.
100%, 100%.
Especially if you do it halfway professional. So he came across my For You page because back then, obviously, I was scrolling a bit more than I do now. Like, it also stopped me from bad habits and stuff like that. But
Mm,
when I was on social media before, I saw a bunch of videos from Tate, and I started to agree with a lot of stuff that he says.
yeah,
And I came across his platform, and then I was like, okay, yeah, let's try it out. Maybe they know how to find clients. Maybe they know how to do it. Maybe they got some good insights on that. And
secret ingredients, some sprinkling, some
secret
salt
ingredient, yeah.
in
I
it.
learned
Yeah, yeah,
there was no secret ingredient except just being a man, and then, but that helped too. Maybe that was
yeah.
the secret ingredient.
I
Yeah.
know this is a bit of a random question, but did that resonate with your now wife or any of your family? Were they a little bit
Yes.
skeptical
Yes.
about what you were doing, or?
That's a really good question. I like that question because I met my wife now. Like, we married a couple days ago, and I met my
Oh,
wife before.
congratulations!
Yeah, thank you very much. I met her before I was a G. Actually, I was a G because I was an athlete, but I wasn't a complete G from like the mindset that you learn in the real world, right? I
Mm.
was I was still rarely, but I was playing video games. I was doing like weird
Just
shit.
doing other bits, yeah,
Yeah, just what people like 16, 17-year-olds do in the Matrix society nowadays in the West. And then through the real world, it just clicked in my mind. I was like, dude, you got to become a fucking man. You got to become like, you got to step it up, right? You got to step up your game. And my wife kind of helped me um, appeal to my instincts or appeal to my purpose as a man.
mm,
And that, together with the stuff I learned in the real world, that helped me transform myself into the
mm.
into the man I am today. Being able to also have a baby on the way with my wife, which is
Oh,
amazing. So my first son,
congratulations!
yeah,
Really
the
good.
real world completely changed because I wanted kids when I'm 30, like, right, just typical Western white
Yeah,
guys.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
maybe 1 or 2 kids, like not too many kids, not too many kids.
yeah.
And then I joined the real world. I listened to the professor. I was like, okay, now I want 10 kids. Fuck it. I'm going to start now. All of this,
You're a
all of,
football team.
yeah,
You're a
yeah.
football
Like,
team. You're
I
a
was
football team.
completely, I was completely changed. And it changed all for the better. Like, my parents treat me differently. They treat me when I'm home, when I visit them. They treat me like like they're proud of me. My wife respects me. Like, she stopped working. She's now just housewife. She's now just taking care of the family, being exactly what a woman should be. Like, it
Yeah,
all clicked into its natural place due to the mindset and due to the habits I learned from the real world. And that's one of the most, like, that I always say, the real world is not just for making money, and it's not just how to run a business. It's not just the value you get from like the technical stuff. It's more of like how you view life as a man. That's what
yeah,
actually
yeah.
that's what it helped me with. So yeah.
Nice, nice. And that was the next question that I was going to ask you actually. How has the real world kind of changed you and changed your mindset and change everything. But you've basically
Exactly.
just answered all of those questions. Okay,
Yes.
so what was the kind of hardest things that you've kind of faced? What was the most difficult obstacles that you had to overcome by doing all of this?
Let me think
I got
about
you
this one.
now. I've got you now.
Yeah, I'm working. I'm working. It was actually finding the right people in the real world to do the next steps. I felt like I pretty much conquered the freelancing or like the copywriting business game alone. Like
Mm,
everything you can do alone on your own, I pretty much conquered that. I had
yeah,
like I scaled up to 10K a month alone. And then
mm,
obviously you can do much more being alone. You can. But I think the next step when you're making 10K on your own is to partner up with another G and start building a team and start building a brotherhood, and then just doing more and then scaling up from there. Because I
yeah,
think you never make big numbers alone. You always
yeah,
need like brothers and team around you.
yeah.
So finding the right people, that was one of the biggest roadblocks that I had. Like, because when I was alone, I had this dilemma of, okay, I'm doing a bunch of sales, and then I have a bunch of money for 3 months, but then I have so much work to do. I have a bunch of fulfillment to do that I have to work for 3 months, and then I do no sales in that time, and then I'm back at zero, and then I need to do
Zero
3 months of
again,
sales again, and this up and down and up and down.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was one of the biggest roadblocks I had to face. But I managed to do it because I partnered up with another G who is also captain in the copywriting campus, who also works pretty closely with Professor Andrew Najam. He made
Mm-hmm.
an interview once with Tristan, I think. I partnered up with him from Germany as well. And then we built together a team of now 6 people in total, all from the real world, all total Gs. And we have this own brotherhood where it's like, it's a company, but it's
Mm,
more than just like
yeah,
colleagues or like working
nice.
people.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
actual brothers. Like all
yeah,
of them were at my wedding on Saturday, and we had a
yeah,
great time. Like we had some good detachment together. And then at the next day, 6 a.m., we started working together, every single one of us. And it's like I can completely feel the energy that Tate always says when he talks about the war room, or he talks about like working together with your brothers. Like
mm,
feeling that is probably
mm,
one of the biggest benefits also from the world. If you use it the
yeah,
correct way, you can make brothers for life there, and that is
100.
also that's not just good for your bank account; it's good for everything in life.
It's good for, yeah, it's good for life, it's good for mind, it's good for everything. Okay, so I know you said that you were in the real world for like, yeah, I think you started making money in the first 7 days or something.
Yeah,
What was your actual biggest breakthrough?
yeah.
What was the point when you kind of like knew, wow?
I remember that. So I joined the real world, and I got introduced to warm outreach, which was like, oh, mind blowing, right? I don't have
Yeah,
to write cold emails. I could just talk to the people I know.
yeah,
And then I made money in 7 days, but it was 90 euros, right? It was 90 euros. It doesn't even, it's not even enough to fill up the tank, right?
but
But
it paid for your membership for
it
the month.
it paid for the first month, right? I've, I've
Yeah,
I've made the membership back every single month, like that. Like I think you're retarded if you can't do that. I think you're actually
yeah,
retarded. Like
yeah,
it's super simple to get that done. But obviously, that wasn't really life changing money. It just proved to me that it's possible to make money in the internet. But that was a big mindset shift for somebody starting out young who doesn't believe in anything and is like completely naive and doesn't know shit.
yeah,
Figuring out people actually send you money if you just work. That was a good breakthrough. But like the best breakthrough I had was when I first got like my wins went from 90 euros to 300 euros and then to 2.5K. Like
wow,
my third win was 2.5K
yeah,
as an 18-year-old or whatever. That felt amazing. And how did I do that? Simply just by networking a lot and
Mhm.
just applying the lessons and following the process in the real world. And that yeah gained my trust in just
It's
listening
just
to
doing
what
stuff. Yeah,
people
so,
say that have
yeah.
actually made money. Completely different to traditional university, obviously. But yeah,
Okay, cool. Because I remember you saying, I'm just gonna just stand back a little bit because I remember you saying about kind of trying to get clients
yeah,
before. So how do you get clients and how do you get new clients as well? So how did you get your first client and then how did you
yeah.
kind of level up from that and get more clients?
Yeah, so I got my first client through warm outreach by making a very simple, no risk, no brainer offer. Literally saying, I don't know what I'm doing, but
Mm,
I'm gonna try my best to get it done. He said yes. I delivered 5 very good TikTok scripts to him. He was
mm,
impressed,
mm.
and he recommended me to a next guy. And that next guy gave me 300 euros, so I got a little bit better client. And then through that, um, I leveraged those results in another outreach to get the 2.5K client. So it
Mm.
was literally just doing warm outreach to guys who trust you because they know you. Then you
Yeah.
deliver results. You focus on really getting it done with speed, with
Mhm.
good quality but speed, and then you leverage those results to turn around and get bigger and better clients. Like basically just the same outline that the copywriting campus and Prof Andrew teaches us. I used exactly this, and then I always focused on delivering good results and then stepping up my sales game, networking,
Yeah.
and eventually building a team. That's basically all you have to do.
So you went from 90 to 2K to 2.5K, and then you mentioned that you went to your 10K month as well.
Yeah.
So tell me about that transition. How long did it take?
Yeah. So I'm gonna start before I joined the real world. I tried for 5 or 6 months to
Mm.
get clients. Didn't work. Joined the real world. After 7 days, I made 90 euros. And then from those 90 euros to the 2.5K month, it was like 2 or 3 months. I could have done it faster if I were more of a G, if I had more mindset lessons then. But 2, 3 months until I made my first 4-digit month. And then to get to 10K stably, it took me another 4 to 5 months. So in the span of a year, I went from nothing to 10K, and like half a year, a little more than half a year, it took me from making money to going to 10K.
Awesome. 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 So you got full support from obviously the wife as well. She's
Yeah,
like super happy
100%.
with you, super happy with
100%.
what you're doing. Okay, cool. So where do you see yourself going now? Because obviously you've been in the real world for like 2.5 years, two
Yeah,
years now,
two
roughly around
years.
about 2 years.
Yes, yeah,
So what's your next step, and how do you plan on making your next steps moving
yeah,
forward?
yeah,
Or where do you see yourself in the next 2 years? Because you're only 21, really,
yeah,
to be fair.
yeah,
So where do you see yourself at 25? Let's take, for example,
yeah.
apart
Okay.
from having like about 5 kids.
Yeah, very
You've been
interesting.
busy.
Obviously, that's on a whole nother plate. But let's talk business wise. So the brotherhood that we're building right now, the 6 people that we are in
Mm,
total, that works really well. Like we have 3 to 4 businesses that we're currently doing side by side. We have a
yeah.
software company, we have a Shopify agency, we have a presentation agency, a marketing agency. So we run different things, and everybody's just grinding. And in the first 4 months of 2025, we already made 100K revenue
Mm,
as a group of 6 people. So it's going really well in the really right direction right now. So just that's where I'm at right now. Not really doing the classical copywriting anymore, but really being on an entrepreneur kind of level, more
level. Yeah.
more leading a team. Like I'm not writing copies every day anymore. It's more leading the team and leading a vision, an entrepreneurial vision and stuff like that. But where do I see myself in the next years? Pretty interesting. Obviously, having 5 kids, and then business wise, we just want to scale multiple businesses up to the top. And by 25, I definitely want to have at least one business solid exited. So a solid
Mm,
exit, one of the businesses, one business sold, and the other ones keeping them as cash flow. Definitely want to reach millionaire status net worth wise. And I
mhm.
really think it's possible with like the guidance, the one-on-one guidance from Professor Andrew, that we have because we're captains, because we give back to the community, because we go
Yeah.
to the community and help other people as well with all the networking we have. Just yesterday, I onboarded two new employees, so it's all going in a very professional level. Obviously, I
Positive.
want to join the war room very soon, like this year,
Mhm.
and I think there's a lot of opportunities coming there as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, the next
Super
three
good
to four
vision.
years,
Yeah.
it's just about scaling it up as much as we can,
Yeah.
having a clear vision that all of us 6 want to live together in like the same, not maybe not the same house, but like the same street or something like that, the same block.
Yeah. So you
Just
live near, so you can have that kind of
yes,
bond between you guys and everything else like that. Yeah, I fully understand
maybe,
that.
maybe I could get all the guys down to Spain, down to Cadiz with me, and just enjoy the sun for a little bit. As long as you can stay in Europe,
Yeah.
and then maybe whenever Europe gets too bad, we can find somewhere else in the.
Find somewhere else. Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
but
But-
but yeah, those are the next steps. We have a very clear defined vision as a group,
Yeah.
as a team,
Good.
and we're looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing.
Good. Right. So, I mean, one of my questions would be is that would you have been able to achieve all of these results without the real world? And I think you've kind of answered those questions without
Yeah,
me taking it out of your mouth. I think you've actually answered those questions throughout
yeah,
this whole kind of interview kind of thing. So,
mhm,
what would you then say to someone that is skeptical about joining the real world,
yeah,
is unsure about the real world, or one of your other friends that hasn't joined the real world, that is living the 9 to 5 in the
Yep.
system,
Yep. Yep.
but wants to get out, but hasn't got that actual drive to get out. Sorry about. I don't know if you can you hear the
No,
birds?
it's fine. I hear it, but don't worry. Don't worry. It's all
Okay,
good.
cool. I just want to
Um,
I'm just gonna close this window. Sorry.
yeah, no worries.
Go
So
on.
it's actually a really simple answer. Like, you actually have nothing to lose with joining, like literally nothing. You will make this money back in no time. And even if you don't make it back, please look at yourself spending a bunch of money on useless, stupid shit. Just
Correct.
just just try it out. Just try it out for 1, 2, 3 months. You
Yeah.
can do the monthly, I don't know, monthly cancelable version of it. I don't know. You can just try it out. And trust me, if you actually stick to it, and if you actually have a purpose, if you really think you're like, if you're really unhappy, you can channel that and go out and actually escape. Like, it's stupid not to do it, not
Mm,
just because of the business knowledge you get. Everybody just says, yeah, the courses and da da da, and the nuggets and the business and the stuff you learn, blah blah blah. That's all
mm,
cool. That's definitely valuable, but it's even more about brotherhood, about the mindset, about it transforming you as a man. I'm an
mm.
athlete. I didn't even need the fitness campus, but if you're also flabby, like, you can also transform yourself physically if you
Yeah.
need it. So there's so many different things that will transform you in every realm of masculinity, that
Mm,
you that there's no better 50 euros spent. I'm not saying this just because I sit in this interview. It actually is like that, because I've experienced it,
yeah.
literally in my whole life. Like, everything got better. The connections with my grandmothers got better, and they don't even know nothing about even the internet. So
Yeah.
everything got better because of it. So I can only wholeheartedly recommend it to
Yeah.
anyone. And you can see it in to myself. If you're skeptical about joining, because they market it with, yeah, you're going to learn from millionaires, and you think you're not even going to actually talk to the millionaires. Yes, you will.
Mm,
After just 1.5 year of being in the real world, learning, and then providing back to the community, talking in the chats, helping other students, I got chosen to be a captain, and now I talk with Professor Andrew on the daily basis. I have a
mm,
millionaire in my phone. I can text all of the time. I have
yeah.
calls with him all of the time, one on one. He helps me one on one. Like, it's an actual mentorship that you can get
Yeah.
simply by just doing everything you need to do every day in,
Yeah.
day out. You
Yeah.
can do it. Anyone can do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just
I think where your plus point is as well is because you're an athlete, and that
yeah,
takes like kind of the whole element of discipline, like
yeah,
certain elements of sacrifice, certain elements of doing things that you don't necessarily want to do,
yeah,
but you still do it anyway.
yeah,
Um, and I think if everybody kind of like has that kind of mindset, okay, cool, right. So I always say to people, if you work a 9 to 5 job, you get up in the morning and you go to that job and you're 9 to 5, you might give 50, 60, 70%. If you was to give that 50, 60, 70%, 80%, 100%, 90%, 100% into like joining the real world and doing all of these other bits and pieces,
yeah,
then you
yeah,
would succeed. You would excel in more so than what you would in a normal 9 to 5 job, because you're doing it for yourself and you see the benefits. You actually see the benefits yourself, and you appreciate the benefits loads more when it's coming directly back to you.
right.
Do you know what I mean? So that's where I see the passion. And you don't have to, like, you've got so many courses on there as well, like what you just said earlier in an interview. Like, you've concentrated on one, you've kind of narrowed it into one, which is absolutely fantastic. But you have actually got so many other ones that you can then, once you've kind of mastered one, you can move on to another if you choose to do it. Do you
It's
know
like
what I mean?
it's like a video game. It's built like a video game. You can literally choose your character's strengths and your capabilities, and you can expand everything. Like,
Exactly.
just recently, we added an AI product into our product palette of the Shopify agency, just by
Yeah.
sending one of the brothers, one of the guys, sending it out to the AI campus, saying, "Hey, learn how to do this AI chatbot thing, and we're gonna offer it." Boom, he
Mm.
learned it in a week. We added it in the product palette, and we sold it 3 times, made money. It's super simple to add things to the portfolio
Yeah.
if you take advantage of the wheel in the correct way.
Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Listen, bro, it's been absolutely awesome talking to you.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
I can feel your energy.
Thank you.
I can really feel your energy on that, and it's been awesome. So just basically keep doing what you're doing, bro. And
Yes.
when we talk again, like, you probably have about 3 kids.
Yeah.
Depending on how
No, no,
depending on
no.
how
I
busy you
want
are.
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you before I have 3 kids. I want to join the war room this year, and then I'll go have a
Well,
chat with you.
if you join the war room, I mean, like we have all of these events that we sometimes have, whether it be
Yes.
at the house, whether it be in Dubai, whether it be wherever they are, and we
Yeah.
have these events, and so we'll probably see you at one of these events. We'll probably get to shake hands and like meet face to face
100%.
on one of these events. So, because I'm pretty much there. I've been to 3 or 4 now,
Yeah.
different events, London,
Yeah.
a couple of times, Bucharest, Dubai, actually 5 events because we've done London twice, we've done Bucharest twice,
Hmm.
and I've done Dubai just oh, actually, no, I've done Dubai twice, actually, in all fairness. God, I've been 6 events.
Cool.
They go like, literally go like
Yeah,
that. So, yeah,
they
I'm
go
always
crazy.
there, literally. I'm always at these events, and obviously, we know the initiation thing. We
Yeah.
go in there, we kind of get to know each other by punching each other hard,
Yeah. I love it.
and,
I'm looking
and
forward to it.
and then we just kind of like sit down and we chill, and it kind of like breaks the ice. And one of the things that I'd noticed about the first event is that it did actually break the ice, and everybody got to kind of speak to everybody, and then the networking just began. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? It just brings everybody kind of like together. So it's a beautiful thing. It's an absolutely beautiful thing.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, I'm gonna speak to you before you have your third baby.
No, no, no. Yeah, of course. I will join the
Okay.
war room, and then we'll have a chat. I'll attend the next event as soon as I join.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. And it'd be really, really good to meet you, bro. It'd be really,
Cool.
really good to meet
Cool.
you. Like I said,
I'm
I
looking forward to it.
can feel your energy. It's really, really good. And anybody that kind of works with you or underneath you
Yeah.
can sense that energy. And that I know that you'd want to make them feel they would want to be
100%.
involved. Like, do you know what I
100%.
mean?
It's a
Yeah, they
family.
can
It's a
feel your
family.
energy.
Everybody who works with me is my family. Is my brother,
There you
and
go.
that's exactly what it is.
There you
Exactly what
go.
it is.
Awesome. That's
All right.
brilliant.
Great.
Super brilliant. Okay,
Perfect.
cool. So
Just one
we'll
more
talk
quickly.
again. We'll talk
Yes.
again. I'll see you in a war room. See you at one of those war events.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Nigel. Talk to
Perfect.
you
Good.
soon.
Good to speak to you, bro.